Your dog probably doesn't hate you, but there's a decent chance you're doing something every single day that they'd really rather you stop. Here's the thing. Love us assume our dogs love everything we do. The hugs, the stares, the way we follow them around. We think it's all bonding, and honestly, a lot of it is. But research shows a few of those everyday behaviors actually stress dogs out, and most owners have no idea they're doing them. Some of these are so common you'd never question them. I'm going to walk you through 7 of them today. And number 7, you probably do at the moment. Your dog yawns without even realizing what you just missed. Number 1. Hugging your dog too tightly. To you, a hug means, "I love you." To your dog, can mean something very different. Being wrapped tightly in someone's arms can restrict a dog's ability to move away. And that's important because dogs often communicate discomfort by creating distance, not by immediately fighting. In one analysis of 250 photographs of people hugging dogs, researcher Stanley Coren found that about 81.6% showed at least one observable sign of stress or discomfort, including turned away heads, lowered ears, lip licking, and visible eye whites. That's not proof that every dog hates hugs. Some dogs clearly tolerate or even seek out close physical contact. But the lesson is much more important. Don't assume your dog's tolerance means enjoyment. Watch what happens when you stop. Does your dog come back, lean into you, stay close, or immediately move away? That response tells you much more than the hug itself. And recent research on human dog touch has also emphasized something surprisingly important: choice. In a 2025 pilot study of therapy dogs, researchers found more ear-back behavior during forced touch conditions, while dogs generally stayed within reach when they could choose whether to interact. So instead of grabbing your dog, try giving them the opportunity to come to you, because affection means more when your dog can say yes. Number 2. Petting them when they don't want it. Here's a mistake that looks incredibly innocent. Your dog walks over. You immediately reach down and start rubbing them. But sometimes, your dog wasn't asking for touch. They were simply passing by, or checking on you, or looking for something else. Dogs don't experience touch exactly like humans do, and individual dogs have very different preferences. Some love chest scratches, some love shoulder rubs, some enjoy being touched for a few seconds, and then they've had enough. The important thing is to watch what happens after you touch them. If your dog leans closer, stays relaxed, or actively reapproaches when you stop, that's useful information. But if they turn away, move away, stiffen their lips, or avoid your hand, that's information too. And here's a simple experiment. Pet your dog gently for a few seconds, then stop. Don't chase them. Don't immediately start again. Just wait. If they come back and ask for more, you've just learned something about their preference. Your dog doesn't need to love every type of touch to love you, and respecting that difference can actually strengthen your relationship. Number 3. Staring directly into their eyes. This one is complicated, because you've probably heard that eye contact strengthens the bond between dogs and humans, and sometimes it does. Research from Azabu University found that mutual gaze between dogs and their owners can be associated with an oxytocin-related bonding response. So should you stare deeply into your dog's eyes? Not necessarily, because context matters. A relaxed dog voluntarily looking into your eyes is very different from a tense dog being forced into prolonged eye contact. Imagine a stranger walking toward you, staring directly into your eyes, without looking away. You'd probably wonder, why are they staring at me? Dogs can also use gaze as part of social communication, so don't force eye contact. Let it happen naturally. When your dog looks at you with a relaxed body, soft eyes, and loose facial muscles, that's a completely different situation from a dog whose body becomes rigid while you're staring at them. The goal isn't make your dog look into your eyes. The goal is make eye contact feel safe. Number 4. Punishing them after they've done something wrong. Your dog chewed the shoe. You come home, see the damage, and immediately point at it. What did you do? Your dog lowers their head. They look away. Maybe they crouch. and you think they know they're guilty. But this is where canine behavior gets misunderstood. That body language may be communicating fear and certainty, or a response to your current emotional state, not necessarily an understanding of a past event in the way humans imagine guilt. And punishment can create another problem. Your dog may learn, my human becomes scary when this happens, rather than, I understand the rule and why this behavior is wrong. Research comparing training methods has found important welfare differences. In a study of 92 companion dogs, dogs trained with higher proportions of aversive methods showed more stress-related behaviors, more tense behavioral states, and greater post-training increases in cortisol than dogs trained with reward-based methods. They also performed more pessimistically in a cognitive bias task. The takeaway isn't that dogs should have zero boundaries. They absolutely need guidance. But the better question is, what behavior do I want instead? If your dog grabs a shoe, don't turn the moment into a courtroom. Redirect them to an appropriate toy. Reward the behavior you actually want. Because teaching your dog what to do is often more useful than simply teaching them what not to do. Number 5. Disturbing them while they're eating. Here's one owners sometimes do, because they think they're proving something. They put their hand into the dog's food bowl. They take the bowl away. They touch the dog while they're eating. And they think, my dog needs to know I'm in charge. But deliberately provoking a dog around food isn't a good test of trust. Imagine someone repeatedly taking your dinner away, just to see how you react. You wouldn't become more trusting, you'd probably become more vigilant. Food-related behavior can be influenced by competition, learning, environment, previous experiences, and individual temperament. So instead of repeatedly interfering with your dog's food, give them space while they're eating. If you need to teach your dog that humans approaching food predict good things, that should be done carefully and progressively, not by constantly taking food away. And if your dog already growls, freezes, guards food, or becomes tense around meals, don't punish the warning. A growl is valuable information. It tells you, I'm uncomfortable. Suppressing that warning doesn't necessarily remove the underlying discomfort. It can simply remove one of the signals that tells you a problem is developing. Number 6. Forcing your dog to say hello. You know the scene. A visitor comes over. Your dog backs away. Someone says, "Oh, come on, he just wants to say hello." So they reach toward the dog. The dog moves farther away. They follow. The dog hides. And suddenly, what was supposed to be a friendly greeting has become a pressure situation. Here's something many people forget. Walking away is communication. Your dog doesn't have to greet every person. They don't have to be touched by every stranger. And they don't have to be social every minute of the day. Giving a dog space can actually make future interactions easier, because the dog learns, when I feel uncomfortable, can create distance, and my human will respect it. That predictability matters, and research into dog-human interactions increasingly points toward the importance of allowing dogs some choice and control during physical contact. So next time your dog hides behind you when someone arrives, don't drag them forward. Let them observe. Let them approach when they're ready. Sometimes the fastest way to make a dog comfortable is to stop asking them to be comfortable. Number 7. Ignoring their "I'm done" signals. And this might be the biggest one, because your dog may have been telling you the truth the entire time. You pet them. They lick their lips. You continue. They turn their head. You continue. They move away. You follow them. They growl. And suddenly everyone asks, why did the dog become aggressive? But aggression often doesn't appear out of nowhere. There can be a whole conversation beforehand. A dog may first look away, then lick their lips, then yawn, then lower their body, then freeze, then attempt to leave. These signals don't all mean the same thing in every situation. A yawn doesn't automatically mean anxiety. A lip lick doesn't automatically mean fear. And one behavior should never be interpreted in isolation. But when several signals appear together with avoidance or body tension, you should pay attention. Your dog may be saying, "Please give me some space." And if those softer signals repeatedly fail, some dogs may eventually escalate to a growl, snap, or bite. That's why respecting early communication isn't about being overly sensitive. It's about listening before your dog has to become louder. So, do dogs secretly hate their owners? Absolutely not. In fact, the opposite is often true. Your dog can be deeply bonded to you, while still disliking certain things you do. Just like you can love someone, and still not enjoy everything they do. That's the part we sometimes forget. Your dog isn't asking for a perfect human. They're asking for someone who pays attention. Someone who notices when the tail stops wagging, when the body becomes stiff, when the head turns away, when the dog chooses distance, and when they come back. Because they actually want to be near you. The goal isn't to stop touching your dog, stop training them, or stop showing affection. It's to become better at recognizing which kinds of affection your individual dog actually enjoys. Because the strongest relationship isn't built on, "My dog lets me do anything." It's built on, "My dog knows I will listen." And once your dog learns that, something interesting happens. They don't just tolerate your presence. They start choosing it, and that is a much deeper kind of trust. If this video changed the way you see your dog's behavior, subscribe to Canine, because sometimes, the things our dogs never say out loud are the things we most need to learn to hear.